If your socials aren't bringing in high ticket clients, it's not because the market's saturated. It's not because people can't afford it. It's because your content isn't passing the high ticket vibe check. And if you fail this test, those premium clients, well, they're going to go to the next coach who does it better. So that's why I'm breaking down the 3 non-negotiables your social media needs to attract, nurture, and convert high ticket clients without relying on DMs, fancy websites, or chasing leads. Because here's the truth. Your website doesn't sell your coaching anymore. Your Instagram and your TikTok do. And if a high ticket client is going to land on your page and they immediately don't know who you help, why you're the best, and why they should trust you, they're going to be gone. So let's fix that. In this episode, you're going to learn how to pass the context confirmation test. So this is if I scroll twice, do I know what you do? You're going to learn the secret to status elevation. This is how we position ourselves. And then you're also going to know why trust and connection is the real reason behind why clients say yes. So by the end of this episode, you'll know exactly how to optimize your socials to attract premium clients without having to beg for sales or lower your prices. Now, before we dive in, if you are serious about signing more high ticket clients, drop the word vibe in the comments or send me a DM on Instagram vibe, and I will send you my full breakdown on how to fix your content fast. So let's get right into this. We're going to start with number 1, context confirmation. This test is simple. It's basically the who the fuck is this and can they help me test. So if I scroll your page twice with my fingers, do I immediately know who you help, what you specialize in, the transformation you provide? If I cannot answer those 3 things looking at your content and looking at your feed, then you have already lost the sale, because your content is the first impression that people get of you. They need to know clearly the niche, who you can help. You have to have a specific call to action on your bio, where they can go. If they don't see any of this stuff, if the headlines aren't there, if you've got random tags everywhere, and if the visual is not attracting them for what they are looking for, what they are going to say is, this is not for me. And if they say it's not for me, then they're going to leave, even though they might be the right client for you. This is why it's so important to have what we call a brand palette, using the same colors, having the same visual output, having the same level of quality, and then also talking about really similar topics, which is why you have to niche down. So that way, when you do the 2 scroll test, the person goes, this person is the professional for this area. It has to be very specific. Then we're going to go into status elevation. This is the why should I trust you test, and it's a very important one. High ticket clients do not buy from amateur coaches. They don't, because 9 times out of 10, your clients have already tried and purchased from another coach who was an amateur and they failed. A high ticket client is looking for someone who is very specific. So your profile needs to have authority markers. You need to have a clear niche and a unique framework method. You got to have testimonials and social proof, and you have to have consistent, high value content that positions you as the go-to for the coach. So if your content looks like every other coach, you are going to be invisible. They are not going to see you. And it's so important that you have a clear niche. It's not a demographic. I help 37 to 57-year-old females lose 10 pounds. That's a demographic. That's not a niche. Can't tell you how many coaches I come across. They're like, look at my demographic. I'm like, nope, I don't want to look at that. A niche is something very specific. I've shared this with a lot of you guys on different episodes, that I was the hormone helper, that I help people balance their hormones naturally with food. That's a niche. If you want your hormones to be balanced, but you don't want to be on medication, I'm your guy. If you want it to be done with food, not through activity, I'm your guy. There are very specific things that you can do to make sure that your content is niche. Or even if you take a look at my feed now, I talk about 3 things: client converting content, no BS sales, and value stacked funnel system. So, to people who are looking to build a unique coaching business, who don't want a cookie cutter system and want to be able to attract the highest level clients, they can look at my feed and go, this is exactly what this guy talks about day in and day out. He is the coach for me. You need to have a clear niche. And the unique framework is very simple. I shared with you my framework. I do things with a value stacked funnel system. Help you create a value draw, help you put into your system attraction or ascension based content, which helps the highest level person become your number one fan and then reach out to DM you. The framework is very specific, but it is unique to me as a coach. The framework will carry you really far, but it's backed by testimonials and social proof. You actually have to share with people that you have worked with people with this before. Now, if you're a newer coach, or let's say you've built a new program, and you're like, well, I don't have a lot of testimonials. Guess what? You are your own testimonial. You have gone through the process. You can share what your process was like, but you have to show that your process works. If you can't paint a picture for your ideal client or for your audience, there's no way that they're going to trust you enough to pay you for transformation, because they don't want to take risk. It's unnecessary risk for them. They can find another coach who has the proof. And then, of course, the high value content. This is not just about sharing BS tips or tools or gatekeeping the information. You have to share with them content that is actually going to move the needle in their business. So if they spent a week looking at your content and they got actionable and usable tools, they're going to say, wow, if I got all of this for free, imagine what it would be like if I chose to work with that coach. So bottom line, does your content position you as the expert in that specific thing? Then we go into number 3. This is the trust and connection. This test is very important. It's the do I actually want to work with this person test. People don't just buy coaching. They're not just buying a course code or modules. They're buying a connection to you. So your audience needs to feel like they know you. And this is authenticity over perfection. I'm sure you're going to see tons of videos on both my YouTube, on my channel, on my TikTok, which I'm just experimenting with now. I'm not perfect, but I don't have to be perfect, because if you resonate with who I am, if you resonate with the energy I show up with, if you like a direct guy who's no BS, who's going to go all in and be like, let's go. And every call's just me wide-eyed like, guess what? Did you have your coffee yet? Because I did. Either it's for you or it's not. People want to know that you're authentic. They want to know who you are. It's not just always about talking about your programs. I talk a lot in my posts in my feed on how much I travel, on me spending time with my family, on my faith, spending time. Yeah, I was going to say on my family. No, spending time with my family. I talk about my faith. I share these things because it is very important for people to connect, because I want to work with people who have like-minded values like me. So they have to know you and like you. And this is about being authentic. And then, of course, they have to understand that you get them. This is about showing them relatable struggles and solutions. This is why it's so important to share the client testimonials. It's so important to share your experience through the process. It's important to share your values as a leader, because if they can't relate to your struggles, then they can't connect with you as a coach. Some coaches have amazing programs, but they put themselves so high up on the pedestal of coaching that a client might look at them and be like, yeah, you're credible, but they're going to say, but like, I'm all the way down here and I feel like I have to do some work before I can work with you. That's not being relatable. They have to know that you can get them down at their level wherever they are. And the most important thing is you have to act like you actually care, and you have to have genuine engagement. It's not just about sales posts. So many coaches sell. There's no value, and then they're like, I don't get it. No one is signing up, because you're trying to sell people instead of showing up as the highest level of coach. When I create this content, I'm saying to myself, how can I coach all of you watching the YouTube video? How can I coach every single person on Instagram? 45 seconds at a time for you to change and grow your business so you can change more lives through your coaching. I genuinely care about that. I don't care if you ever work with me, but if you learn and grow through my content, I'm still going to be changing lives through you. And that is what matters to me. I genuinely care. I want everyone to succeed in their coaching. I do not want anyone to be a broke coach because I spent the first 4 years of my business being a broke coach. It sucks. It sucks when you're trying to hop on a sales call and be genuine, but at the same time you're like, I need to eat. It's not it's not a fun experience. But guess what? It doesn't have to be that process. You have to be genuine with everything that you post. You have to engage with people when they're making comments. You can't say to yourself, oh, I'm going to set up a boundary. I'm never going to message anyone unless they ask for support. You know what? That's a pretty hard boundary, and it puts a wall between you and the potential person. Because if you want people to see more of your stuff, you're going to have to get engagement. You're going to have to respond to their comments. You're going to have to like some of their stuff. You're also going to have to start conversations because this is what builds trust. Because you're going to be having conversations inside of your program. You're going to be talking with them inside of your program. So you have to act like you care, and it has to be genuine. So high ticket sales only happen when people see you as the solution. So you got to ask yourself, are you building trust or are you just selling? Are you providing value or are you just promoting? Are you changing your clients' lives and your leads' lives, or are you just showing up to make money? High level coaches scaling past 30K a month do not focus on the money. The money always comes. They focus on the purpose, the drive. They focus on the movement, and they focus on their passion, the passion of helping the client become a better person. That is what pays them. Because as the person sees better results, they tell more people about the program. They're more excited about it. They're willing to do a client testimonial or a live. They're going to tell other people about you. That's how this process works. It's all about building trust with high ticket clients. High ticket clients always are looking to pass this vibe. So we just broke down the 3 non-negotiables that your social media needs to attract, nurture, and convert high-ticket clients. But here's the real question. Is your content passing the high-ticket vibe check? Did it pass the vibe check? If I do the 2 scroll, if I'm looking at your content, do I see it? If not, that's your first place you start. Don't worry about changing your program. Don't worry about changing your funnel. You got to start with where people see you first, which is your content. Now, if you're serious about turning your socials into a client magnet without chasing leads or lowering your prices, then it's time to get real support. That's why I created the Coach to Coach program. It's a program designed to help fitness and health coaches master content and position them as the only choice and the highest trust choice for high ticket clients. When you're inside of Coach to Coach, it's me working one-on-one with you in your business. We go looking from your content to see what's stopping leads from converting and coming in. And then we work to actually position strategies to help you stand out in your market. And then we create your own value stacked funnel and social media system. So that way you can attract high level clients daily and then message them or have them message you in the DMs, whatever your process is. So that way they can be excited and fired up to work with you. It's not hard to get a high quality lead. It's not hard to get a high level of leads, but you have to do it in the way where by the time the person comes to reach out to you for support, they are ready. There is no point in getting 5,000 messages of leads of people who aren't ready, aren't a good fit, aren't serious, don't trust you, don't think that you're credible, or looking for free. That doesn't make sense. This is exactly why I built the Coach to Coach program, because I've done all of those things. No more cookie cutter systems, no more trying to create generic content. You need to pass the high vibe check, and you can when you join the program. So we have limited spots available this month. We are taking on 5 people this month. So if you're ready to stop winging it and start signing premium clients consistently, you can drop the word vibe in the comment section below or click the link in the description to apply. It'll take you to our website. The website is growmycoaching.com. And then from there, you can book a strategy call with me. So high ticket clients are already looking for the right coach. Let's make sure that that right coach is you. Follow me on Insta at Coach Andrew Costa and sub for more high ticket coaching strategies. Let's get to work, and I'll see you on the next episode.